What's up, everybody? It's Brandon of Cult Flick Symposium and Box Office Banner. I just got out of the movie 65. I was pretty excited about this movie because, it almost had like a Planet of the Apes mixed with Jurassic Park vibe, which really intrigued me because I'm a huge Planet of the Apes fan. I'm a pretty big Jurassic Park fan overall. They're a little hit or miss, but they're always at least entertaining. And the thought of kind of just stepping out of that realm, like I've for some odd reason have never thought about a dinosaur movie that takes place out of Jurassic Park. Like, how simple is that to come up with? Like, maybe Jurassic Park doesn't have to helm all the dinosaur movies. I know we got other random shit, like Land Before Time, like kids movies. We're back, but like a full on like carnage filled fucking intense dinosaur movie. Like where are those at? It's like Jurassic Park. They're the only ones. That's the one franchise, one movie that gets it. Let's fucking spread that out. Then you throw Adam Driver into the mix. Now I didn't get the R rating, but I figured I'd get a nice intense movie. But instead, what I got was a little bit of a disjointed mess. I will say this movie, I don't think it's as bad as what a lot of people are saying. I was walking into it, I'm like, it's Adam Driver going up against dinosaurs. It should at least be entertaining. It took me a while to put my finger on it, though. Like, what really made this movie not work is it somehow has the feeling of it's too slow and too rushed at the same time. How do you pull something like this off? When you're looking at a movie and you feel bored, like you're not progressing necessarily into everything as fast as you'd liked, but at the same time, you're not getting enough development within the characters, or at least enough to make you care about what's going on. It's a weird mix of that. Intensity wise, it just wasn't there. They were trying to dial it up, but it just would not grab me for the life of this film. It just could not do it for whatever reason. And I think it is the disjointedness. And it really is just, it's hard to really explain. It's just this feeling of the entire time you just don't fucking seem to care. Adam Driver is, I don't even know, like, he's okay in this movie, but he's not as good as I expected him to be. And his relationship with the girl that he's with is kind of, again, like, it's disjointed because I feel like the movie's tonally like all over the place. Like, it kicks off, it's like dead ass serious, almost too serious for its own good. The scenes feel rushed. It's like right as you're kind of like settling into a scene, it dials up and then it like throws in music and you're like, okay, are we getting intense now? Almost like it was, the music didn't feel like it was complimenting the scene. The music felt like it was telling you like, okay, now guys, we're going to get to the intense shit. When you can feel that in a movie, it just does not work. And the relationships just did not work. They felt very forced. And I think, again, that's the forced nature of it and the weird balance and tonal shifts that they had within the movie. Because then out of nowhere, we kind of got lightheartedness. And I think, honestly, that kind of worked. Like when they got more to like, not comedy because it's not a comedy, but the more playful aspects when they're more, now we're comfy, we can take our shoes off in the movie. We've got our footing, or at least they felt like they did. Now we can calm down a little bit. But in reality, when it did get to that type of shit, it kind of actually had a negative effect because it's like, okay, this is maybe more of what you should have been doing because you're taking yourself too serious and that wasn't working. And this feels like it's kind of working. The style, now that it's kind of calming down, like it's not really having fun at the expense of the film, but it's making us, at least feel something within the movie, which was severely lacking for like the first 35 minutes. It instead had a feeling of just like, well, this just doesn't feel right within the movie that I just watched. And then it kind of goes back to serious again. It just, for me, I think that's the biggest thing I can say about this movie is just the tone of it just never felt quite right. It just never really hit its stride. And when it felt like it was hitting some type of stride, it did indeed feel forced, man. And I hate to say it because it felt like it should have been there. It felt like there was something there, but it just never really could get going. It just couldn't to save its own life. There was a couple moments where I was like, okay, this is kind of entertaining, but as soon as like you'd kind of get in that feel and that groove, it would suck you right back out of it. It's like the movie was constantly going, but at the same time wasn't doing anything, and it was having the hardest damn time establishing some type of identity to make it stand on its own. And overall, this is a very missed opportunity. I will say this isn't a terrible movie, maybe a one-off watch. No spoilers or anything. This might be like a 5 out of 10, average. Maybe you might enjoy it a little more. But given what we had, we finally got like a fucking dinosaur movie that isn't in Jurassic Park. The premise, then you got Adam Driver at the helm and like a dinosaur survival flick. The trailer looked damn cool, did it not? And for it to just be average, and given what we had, I got to deduct another point. This is a 4 out of 10 to me. This is the first bad movie I saw this year, and I really didn't think I was going to agree with the critics on this one. But I have to. There's just nothing that stands out about it. It's not spectacular. It's not even very good. It's not horrible, but it's not very good. And given what we had, like I said, it should have been at least something more. Just very, very forgettable flick, and that's unfortunate. Check it out. See for yourself, guys. Tell me if I'm way off on this one. I want to be. Maybe a rewatch will help. Yeah. Guys, 65. I got to say, skip it, man. Wasn't really feeling it. As always, love you guys. And here's the long reach to the camera that hopefully Derek edits out. Love you guys.